Wednesday marked the beginning of Black History Month. It was also the day the College Board released its new advanced placement course on African American studies. The revised version omits some topics from its draft version. Topics such as Black Lives Matter and queer life are now optional. This comes after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said last month that he would ban the course unless changes are made. The College Board CEO joined CBS Mornings Wednesday saying that these changes were not spurred by politics.
We at the College Board don't really look to the statements of politicians, but we do look to the record of history. So when we revised the course, there were only two things we went to. We went to what Brandy described, which is feedback from teachers and students, as well as 300 professors who have been involved in building the course. And we went back to principles that have guided AP for a long time and served us well.
For more on this, I'm joined by Doug Belkin. He's a higher education reporter for the Wall Street Journal. Doug, in your journal piece, you said that DeSantis wants to strip the state's higher education of, quote, woke ideology. What does that mean when it's at home?
What he's trying to do is to pull apart the facts from the ideology that he's concerned is being taught as part of Black history right now.
And what? Give us an example of that. I mean, is Black Lives Matter is a movement that exists? It is a fact. It is a response to George Floyd's murder over more than 2.5 years ago. But that would be in this category of something that the governor would say is not fact-based.
Right. What he's really pointing toward are things like critical race theory and intersectionality, which group people according to group identities. And he believes that leads to the teaching of things that are political as opposed to holding up individuals who are responsible for their own thinking.
And the Florida Department of Education said the course would contradict Florida law. What law is that?
Yeah, they've passed a law that said that the teaching of race can't be politicized, and that this crossed that line because it brings in these issues of intersectionality and teaches things that are very political, like Black Lives Matter.
Now, all history can get political extremely fast, and so, I mean, essentially, do you think now that the College Board has decided to make these changes that it will clear a bar, or that, you know, you could just pick another part of the teaching of America's history with slavery embedded as the original sin of the country and get into an argument pretty quickly that will seem political and therefore keep this class from being taught in Florida?
This is a slippery slope. They've politicized a curriculum which has been politicized in the past, but this is sort of a new way of doing it by looking at the national curriculum of advanced placement. So I don't anticipate that the politicalization of advanced placements will stop with this instance.
And will it affect other states, do you think, Doug?
Well, the College Board has changed the curriculum, and by changing the curriculum, everybody across the country will now no longer has access to some of the things that were part of the pilot program. So it has changed what the pilot program was to where it is now.
All right, Doug Belkin, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.